Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Channel Clay. I hope that you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy, crazy world. Now, I am having a good day because it seems as if, with the release of Meghan Markle, or should I say Meghan Sussex, her new show with Love Meghan on Netflix, it's giving people a true look at what has been happening to Meghan Markle throughout these years that some of us, like on this channel, we've been talking about. The intense hate that she has been getting for no reason. I'm so sorry. I have yet to find one response from a person who dislikes Meghan that makes sense to me. Yes, I know it makes sense to you, but it makes no sense to me. And it's starting to show, especially on TikTok, where people are talking about this hate and the reaction that Meghan is getting from a certain group of people that is really showing their true colors and their true reasoning behind it. And I've touched on it in my previous video talking about Meghan Markle and just the differences on how the Princess of Wales was treated in the media versus how Meghan was treated in the media, and when they would be doing the same exact thing. Okay, but Meghan's coverage was always negative and Catherine's was always positive. And it would be like an example of two pregnant women touching their bellies. Why is it that it's okay for Catherine to touch her belly and it's a sweet moment, but when Meghan does it, she's trying to draw attention to her belly? That makes no sense, and it's unfair. And the only difference is that one is of mixed race and or black and the other one is white. They both married a prince, okay, who are brothers. That is the only difference. So now that it's being more pushed towards the forefront and people are being awakened, I just see it so much more on TikTok, and I'm so happy that people are realizing how horrible Meghan has been treated over these years by these accounts online that have, come on, accounts that have been specifically made to bully and talk trash about this woman 24/7. And that is not an exaggeration. So I just think that it's so cool to see, and I'm so happy to see her show get fabulous reviews, and she is influencing and inspiring a lot of people. On TikTok, people are making her pasta dish. They're making the cake. They're making candles. They're trying to make dinner parties in a Meghan aesthetic, wearing their neutral tones and putting out their sprinkle flowers. Like, that is true influence, and people are mad. We even have Bethany Frankel, who is notorious for trashing Meghan. She's kind of trying to backtrack with the release of the show, saying that, it's jealousy. Yeah, honey, we know it's jealousy because there's a group of people that are looking at this woman of mixed race and or black who don't feel like she deserves to live this soft life, living in this beautiful home in Montecito with a fabulous view of mountains, having her own garden and having grounds, manicured grounds. They just don't think that she deserves that life, and they think that they deserve it, and they're jealous. They're jealous, and it's seeping through their pores, and it's so transparent. And again, I will say I am so happy to see that people are getting it and they're talking about it finally, because it seemed like for so long I was like on this island by myself, and all these people would be in my comments telling me how horrible Meghan is, and I'm just like, I don't see what you're talking about. Yes, I saw some cringe moments on the show, but she's human. She's not perfect. Okay, everybody has cringe moments in their life. I know I have, and you sure as hell have too. So why can't Meghan have cringe moments? Okay, and yes, she did correct Mindy on saying that her name is Meghan Sussex, because that is her name now, and it's the name that her children share, and she wants to make that known, and I believe she kept that in for a purpose, and it's working, because now people are calling and referring to her as Meghan Sussex. Like, will it take a moment? Yes, because we've known her as Meghan Markle for so long, and that's how we've kind of referred to her as, but people have been referring to her now as Meghan Sussex simply because, hey, you want to be called that, we're going to respect you and call you by your name, that you're married, that is your name. And I know for myself, just watching the show yesterday, I came home from work, I really wasn't feeling that well. I just was feeling lazy. I just wanted to lay the hell down. But I put her show on and I just felt like this freshness and energy come into me. Like, damn, I want to be like a little princess. Like my a princess would not be having all these dishes in her sink. Her counters would not be all sticky. And I was like, let me sweep my floors, let me air out my apartment, let me wipe my counters down, let me wash my dishes. I want to be like Meghan, and not in a way like, oh, I want to change myself, but like being influenced in this lifestyle, like living that soft life, romanticizing our lives, because a lot of times we're just living and we're just going so fast, we don't take the moment to romanticize our lives. And we can do that in our simple moments, just like even sweeping, for example. You can like use your imagination, like cleaning up your house. Use your imagination like you're some barmaid in medieval times, and you're closing down the tavern and you're wiping everything down. Like I've though, just to romanticize a moment, just to make it better for yourself, to make it more enjoyable. So like I'm sweeping my floor, I'm putting on music where I'm feeling like a little princess, like I'm getting my shit done. And by the end of the evening, I felt so much better because my space was fresh. I had cleaned up. I didn't just lay in my bed for the whole evening. I actually did something with myself, and I was influenced, I will say, by Meghan Markle in this show, and just the energy and the vibe that it gave. And it inspired me to get my ish together, because it is attainable what she's doing. The stuff that she's doing is not unrelatable like they're trying to say. Like the stuff that she's doing is simple and it is attainable. I can make fucking candles on my own. I can make that pasta dish. I can make Epsom salt for baths. I can make little bags to put in my shower. I can do all of that. She's showing us how to do it as a modern day Martha Stewart, and I absolutely love it. So what I also found was interesting, I saw this clip on TikTok of Meghan Markle talking about the TIG, her lifestyle kind of blog that she had prior to marrying Harry. And she's talking, I'm like, oh my God, the confidence, just the energy and the vibe, the way that she's sitting, the way that she's talking, her expressions, the confidence this woman had prior to being married and into being in this family and being bullied for years on end is incredible. To like seeing her on the show now, like, yes, she still has confidence. She's still, she's doing the damn thing. She's still a strong woman, obviously, to take all the shit she has for years and to still pick herself up and be working and doing her dream, which is her being on this show and doing her podcast. But to see her before, the way that she was working before this, because I didn't watch Suits or anything before she got married. I didn't know anything about Meghan Markle before she married Harry. To see how she was, the confidence and the energy she had, and to see how these people tore her down to where she has I don't want to say she's meek, but it's like a softer, more demure energy. Like you can tell that she's been broken down and she's putting herself back together. And there's some spaces where she's unsure, but she's trying to still figure it out. But she's unsure because she has been bullied for years on end by the media, the royal family, the establishment, what have you, and these people online that just continue to dog her day in and day out. So just seeing that, I'll share the clip with you, to seeing Meghan now on her show was just shocking to me, because it's like, damn, you can see where she was before, this confident woman. And I'm not saying she's not confident now. It's just a different energy. It's just a different vibe. And seeing her now in this show, people and their words can have an effect on you. People say we shouldn't care what people think about us. It doesn't matter what people think. In the grand scheme of things, yes, that's how we should live our life. We shouldn't care what people think. We should live our lives the way we want to, this, that, and other. But at the end of the day, we do care what people think. That's a human nature thing. We care how we're being perceived. And if you're seeing yourself being perceived as something negative day after day, hour after hour, I couldn't fucking imagine it. That has to take a toll on somebody. And I believe it took a toll on her. It obviously did, because they reached out and asked for help. which they were refused by the establishment and the royal family. Therefore, they left and they are in Montecito rebuilding their life, and they're doing a fabulous job of it. And I'm proud. I'm proud of her. I'm happy that she's gotten her second season. I'm ready to see what new guests she's going to have on there, what new things we're going to learn from Meghan Markle, because this is what we need at this time. There's so much craziness going on in the world. It's nice to have a moment to just reset, chill, and have a show that's not bringing you any drama. It's not intense. It simply is what it is, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And let's go back to the foodie aspect here.
Sure.
Because this lady has this amazing food blog, The Tig, and I just told her that I'm going to make her chicken recipe.
Oh, yeah, the crispy chicken stew.
The crispy chicken with lemons. So how did you kind of develop that side of yourself, the foodie side?
Yeah, I mean, the TIG it has a lot of elements to it. There's fashion, travel, of course.
There's
food.
interviews with
yeah, TIG talks that I do with a lot of celebrities or influencers. And then, the beauty section, which is important to me because I've tried to redefine it and write a lot more think pieces and things that really speak to inner beauty. So I started it, it'll be 2 years in May, and I still... yeah, it's still my baby. I wanted a place where I could share these great experiences I'm able to have and make it inspirational for people, but also a reminder that it's all attainable. Like I didn't grow up with this kind of lifestyle or being interviewed or having fancy things. Like that is all very new. And so to be able to show like, you want that, you could totally have that, and you are enough and you're worth it. And it's also been a great way for me to connect with people like Emily, who's right here. I only know her through Twitter, and I knew she was coming because I saw it on social media.
Stop it, really?
Yes. And she's going on a trip soon to Costa Rica to do some aid work because she said that my UN stuff inspired her. I wrote you a letter. I brought it.
Okay, that is amazing.
It's so good to finally meet you. It's so great to meet you. We'll take. I got a big one.